Welcome to the Long Run. I'm Joel, flying solo today, and today is the next episode in my Nerdy Runner series. And today we're going to be talking about shoes. Now, I had someone request this video in a comment a couple months ago, and so I wanted to go ahead and do that because they wanted me to compare some of my shoes, some of the shoes that I wear, and I want to do that today. When I think about shoes, I've always been I've run 10 marathons so far, and 8 of those I have run in Skechers. Maybe 9 of those. 9 of those I have run in Skechers. They've been my shoe of choice for the last probably 6 or 7 years. And I've gotten some good mileage out of those, gotten some good time out of those. I qualified for Boston in Skechers. So they've been a really good shoe for me. However, lately I've been branching out a little bit to see if I don't always buy the most expensive shoes. I try not to. I try to get the ones that are not that are the least expensive, but the ones I can get on sale. And I normally get Skechers. I normally catch Skechers in the Skechers outlet on sale. Actually, the shoes I got that I'm going to talk about today, I got them for $15 at the online with some promo codes and cashback that I had on my Skechers app from buying shoes from them so frequently. So we're going to talk about that today. I've kind of branched out a little bit. The first time I did a marathon, I ran in Asics. That was back in 2012 when I ran the Chicago Marathon, which was the first marathon I did, and I did run that in Asics shoes, and I got some Brooks after that, and then I didn't run competitively for a while after that, and then I started back up in 2017 for the 2017 for the 2018 Houston Marathon. And that's when I started my Skechers journey, because there's a Skechers outlet about 2 miles away from our house. And so we would go there frequently. I saw some shoes there. I tried those out and they worked pretty good. So I used those for quite a while. So we're going to talk about shoes today, and I'm going to rank these in the order that I like to use them now. And because I've tried some different ones, I like some different ones, and these are, I won't say irrespective of price, because I did get all of these at a discount when I bought them. I try not to buy shoes at full price. So I want to talk about the shoes today, and I've got some shoes here in front of me. You can't see them right now because they're kind of off camera. So I've got some Skechers Go Runs Elevates right here. These are the Saucony Ride 16s, and these are the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3s. And so those are the shoes I've got right now. It's kind of either Skechers or Saucony's right now. I thought about trying some others, but I'm kind of happy with where I am right now as far as the shoes go. But I've always liked a lot of cushion in my shoe, because I don't like to feel like I'm running on the pavement with my shoes on. But what I found out is that in trying some different shoes now, I've really found out that I don't like a lot of cushion. I just like a little bit of cushion, if that makes any kind of sense. And so you really have to find out what you like for your feet. Get out there and try some before you really find out what you really like. Like I said, I was a diehard Skechers fan for about 7 years, and then I did try some of the Sauconys and really like those. As far as the and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but as far as the fit goes and how they feel on my feet. So let's talk about the Skechers first. These are the Skechers Go Run Elevate. Now I've run in Skechers Go Run 600s, running 400 Skechers Go Run 400s. Before, and this is not necessarily the latest model, but this is the latest model that I can usually find at the outlet store that I really like, is the Go Run Elevates. And so That's a really good shoe. It's got a lot of cushioning in it. It's fueled by the Skechers Air-Cooled Go-Go Mats, which is the padding on the inside of the shoe here. If you can read that right there, that's what that says. Skechers Air-Cooled Go-Go Mats. And so this has got a lot of cushioning in it. And I didn't really realize that until I tried some of the others that I have here on the table in front of me. And what I found out is that I'm not as fast in these as I am in some of the others. And so they've been a really good shoe for me. I ran Boston in the Boston Marathon in a pair of these. And so they've been really good shoes for me over the years. And I still like them. But now I use them more as a training shoe than I do for a racing shoe. And I haven't always been like that. I've always used shoes in my training that I use on race day, and I still do that to a point. But now that I have 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, then I can use some for training and save some that I really like for race days, so I'm not getting like 500, 600, 700 miles on my shoes even before I get to a race day. And so these are going to be more training shoes now, especially when and we'll talk about this later when I talk about the Saucony Speed 3s. But when I want to temper myself on how fast I'm going to use these. The Skechers Go Run Elevates. I really like those. The next one that we're going to look at is the Saucony Ride 16s. Now I kind of got these on a whim. A couple months ago, I tried some of the Saucony Triumph 20s, which I didn't like, believe it or not. I ran the Celebration Half Marathon in the Triumph 20s, and by mile 8, my legs were pretty much toast by that point. They had even more cushioning, I felt, than the Go Runs, and I just didn't feel like they really supported my legs as well. And so I was looking for another Saucony shoe because I really kind of like the Saucony shoes. And so I did some research online, and I saw the Ride 16s were available, and I wanted to get a pair of those to see if I could try those out, because they had some pretty good reviews online. And so I got a pair of those to kind of try out. They've got some decent cushioning. These are probably the second most cushioned shoes that I have, but not as cushiony as the Go Runs, the Skechers. With the Skechers, I feel like my feet kind of sink down into the cushioning, which is really good if you like a lot of cushioning. This one is kind of a for me, I call it kind of a mid cushioning. It's my feet don't sink a lot way down in there, but it's cushiony enough that I'm not feeling the pavement under my feet. And so I like these for training as well. I don't know if I'll run a race in these, but you never know. I might try it just to see how it goes. But they have cushioning in there. It's kind of a they're 8.8 ounces, and so that's a little bit heavy for a shoe. The Skechers are, I believe they were 8.1 ounces. I'm gonna double check that right quick so I can give you the right numbers there. But let's see. Yeah, 8.1 ounces for the size 9. Now they kind of size these in different, but it's kind of close to that. Still going to be kind of close to that, even though I'll wear an 11.5. And as far as shoes goes, let me just kind of drop this in before. If you're running or walking, especially if you're running, you want to get a shoe that's about a half size to a size bigger than what you would normally wear, because your feet are going to swell during your runs, and especially if you walk long distances as well. So make sure you're getting shoes that don't fit right at your feet like you would normally do for a shoe. Make sure they're a little bit bigger, so once your feet expand, then your toes aren't scrunched up, because that's what causes black toenails. Now, I know a lot of times that black toenails are just kind of part of the game with runners and things like that. But they don't have to be. Black toenails means that your feet they don't have enough room in your shoes, and your toes are getting squished in there when you're running. So just remember that if you're going to do some running and a lot of walking in shoes, make sure you get those a little bit bigger, maybe a half size to a size bigger than what you would normally wear in a shoe. And so I wear about 11 and a half, because I would normally wear an 11 shoe, but I wear 11 and a half in my running shoe, because I know my feet are going to swell a little bit along the way. And so the Skechers are 8.1 ounces. The Saucony Ride 16s are 8.8 ounces, so a little bit heavier, which means they kind of hold me back a little bit as far as speed goes, because they take a little bit more to lift them off the ground, if you will. And so, but they're really good shoes. I like the way they fit. But if you check into that, these shoes are vegan. It doesn't mean they don't eat meat. It just means that they're made out of vegan materials, and they're made out of recycled materials. So you can keep that in mind if you're want to be conscious of that. Then these are made out of vegan materials. And so, anyway, I really like these, even though they're a little bit on the heavier side. They do fit pretty well, and they run pretty good as well. So I like these a lot. The tread on the bottom is pretty good. You're going to still get a little bit of slip in your shoes regardless, but these don't slip as much as some others that I've had, even with the, and you can see the tread on mine are starting to get a little worn on the bottom, even though I only have probably, I got less than 100 miles on these shoes. So the tread is still getting a little worn down there, but I've still got probably 300-400 miles. I can still go on those, and they're still going to be pretty good. Let's see how many I do have. Yeah, right now I have 124 miles. No, I have 117 miles on the Ride 16s. I have 124 miles on the Skechers right now. So 117 miles. I'll probably get another 300 to 400 off of these, and then I'll retire them. I have run in shoes up to 1,000 miles just as a test, but after about 600-700 miles, then I can start feeling it in my legs and in my midsection, in my core as well. I start getting pains there, and so that's when I know it's. If you start getting that point, then you're past time to change out your shoes. And so the Ride 16s, I really like those as well. And then the third shoe I want to talk about today is the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3s. Now, I've had a pair of the Speed 2s for a while. They have over 1,000 miles on them. I've recently retired those because I don't need those anymore. But they were a really good shoe. I really like the shoe, and it feels like with the Skechers are very cushiony. The Ride 16s are a little less cushiony than that, but they're still pretty cushiony. With the Saucony Speed 3s, they are even less cushiony than that, but they still have a little bit of cushion. However, it feels like, and it's kind of the way I explain it, but it feels like I'm running on the top of my shoes, if that makes any sense. They have a spring plate in the sole here that helps with your foot action when you're hitting the pavement. So it kind of feels like you're kind of springing along the way, and it makes me think of running on the top of my shoes. And so, but that's a good feeling, because that's what I want in a good shoe. I want that spring action, because with the spring action you use less. A lot of times your legs get less tired throughout the run than you would with some that are more cushiony, that you have to propel with a little bit more. These shoes propel you pretty well without the added stress on your legs. And so those are the three types of shoes that I have. The Speed 3s are, let's see how much they weigh. Let's see here. They are 8.1 ounces. Same way as the Sauconys are 8.1 ounces. So, but they're still pretty comfortable. And if I were to rank these shoes in order of how well I like them, it would be the Skechers, the Ride 16s, and then the Speed 3s. Those are the ones that I want to do. And I use all of these in my training, but right now I'm only going to use the Skechers Speed 3 and the Skechers, the Saucony Speed 3s in my races. And so I'll use these really on my longer runs, and when I'm doing speed work during the week, I'll use these two because those are the ones I really want to practice my speed in. The others I'll use pretty much only for training purposes, and I'll use the Go Runs on some of my longer runs. I'll use the Ride 16s and some of my mid runs, my mid long runs, and I'll use the Speed 3s in some of my long runs because I need to know that they can go the distance. But also I'll use those in my training as far as my speed preparation, and then when I get to the actual races, I'll use these as well. The next race I have coming up is a 5K up in Sanford, Florida. It's called Melissa's Race for cancer awareness, brain cancer awareness, and that's coming up on May the 4th. That's coming up on May the 4th, and I will be trying for a sub 20-minute 5K on that day. Again, I've already tried twice, and I'm getting closer. The last one I did was 20 minutes and 32 seconds, so I'm getting closer. I just need to make sure I get that speed training in so that I can make that attempt here now in just less than a couple months now. So it's coming up pretty quick. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Drop me some comments below if you have any questions about the shoes. I'd love to answer those. And let me know what types of shoes you wear, which ones you like. If you like real cushiony shoes, if you don't like real cushiony shoes, if you like to feel like you're walking or running on top of your shoes like I do in races, then let me know about those in the comments as well. I'd love to hear those. Any tips you have as far as shoes goes, I'd love to hear those as well. So drop me those comments below. But if you'd like to see some more of my running exploits, we're going to put a video right up here so you can click. After we say the thing we always say, that's going to do it today for the long run. I'm Joel, flying solo today. Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.